So in our previous session, we discussed about Northwind database and its structure. Now we will discuss how to install this in your computer and how can we start practicing. So first of all, in a database we can go to that database. Suppose I want to transfer this database to another server, so I can simply go and export. So if I will click export, it will ask me in what format do you want to export it, whether as a CSV, PHP, etc., etc. So I will export it as a SQL, and you can see now I have a file called northwind.sql. Now next thing is, let's see that file first of all. So this is that SQL file. So this is how, because it is from PHP, myadmin, etc. You can see, but in actual sense you can see create table categories. Okay, this is what we learned in our previous classes, how to create a table. So we wrote category ID, then its data type, whether it is going to be null or not null, what type of engine, and then in categories table they are inserting some records which we studied in previous class, like insert into categories, category ID, category name, etc., etc., and the values. Similarly, create table customers. So you can see the whole command that is there. Collate, that they are using right now, like as I told you, it's a different, it's a default thing that they have. But what's mandatory for us to provide is what is the name of the column, what is the data type. So this is something that we have to provide. Then insert into customers, and you can see how many customer records are there. Similarly, employees, this is employee records, orders. You can see what data type is there, right? So you can open this file in Notepad, and you can see now there are many orders. This, then there comes order details. So these are all order details. Then shipper, reviewer, etc., or tables are there. Although we are not going to use a reviewers table, but this is data. And what they have done is, later they have added the indexes, like alter table categories, add primary key, add unique key, alter table customers, add primary key this, and you can see add indexes on these. We use these indexes on those columns which we have, which we want to use for more searchability, like to make our searches quicker. We use these indexes. So do you guys have any question till now?
About primary keys.
Yeah.
No,
I have a doubt in primary key. If we
Yes.
if we create primary key in a table, we have to give name for the primary key or not.
No, it's not needed.
So, okay.
But
So,
when we create a foreign key constraint, then we give a name to that constraint. Like they are adding a key fk order ship via. So that means between the table orders and ship via, they are adding a constraint on the ship via column, right? They are adding a constraint on customer ID. So
so
obviously,
so we
yeah,
so we can assign multiple foreign keys.
yeah, definitely. Like for instance, see the diagram, na? देखो.
Yes.
See this diagram. In orders, you can see three tables are here and one is here,
Uh,
right?
okay.
So like these four are related to orders. With products also three tables are related, right? But
Yes.
in products we don't have order details information, but actually order details is linked with products. But here this has four tables. So what is happening here is, like in the orders table, you will find in the structure that order ID is primary, customer ID foreign, employee ID foreign, ship date is not a foreign key, but it is an index. And as I said, why we add index? To make the searching quicker, right? Then ship via is there, and now you can see the information here also. Okay, two of them are indexed like postal code and ship date, but three of them are foreign keys and one is primary key. Even as per the question, like we are not giving any name to the primary key, but for the foreign key constraints, we are giving a name. And if you want to see, you can go to relation view, and in relation view, you can see how they are related. Okay, so this is also important. So this is what we can see here. And now let's go back to table. So this is data, but usually I personally think it is a good practice if we, provide information of primary key here itself. Okay, and because when they are inserting the data, they are inserting the distinct IDs themselves, right? That's why they have not made them auto increment. You can see here, although they have given auto increment, but like here they have given, but they are writing that ID also. Okay, so what we do is we write auto increment here, and then auto increment primary key. So whenever we'll insert record, we don't have to write this column. That's what I taught in previous classes. So now this is SQL file. What you have to do is just repeat the process. So you will go and create a new database. Okay, and you will write north wind or whatever name you want to give. So I'm writing north wind 2. Okay, whatever name you want to give, like you can write trading data, you can write superstore data, whatever. Let's write superstore. So I'm writing superstore. Okay, and then I will create this database. After creating this database, I have two options. Either I can go to import and I can choose this file and click import. Okay, or what we can do, because this file is not that big, if the file is very big, you can do that. And here you can see the maximum file size limit also. This will not be there in uh, MySQL workbench, so that is also you have to remember. But here this is one thing. Now other thing that we can do, now we have the empty database, we can go to SQL. Okay, we can press Control A, Control C, copy, or Command A, Command C for Mac users, and paste it here, right? And entire query is pasted here, and let's go. It will take some time, and now you can see it it is there. And when you will now click here, you will see the database is there. So is it okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
I am sending you this SQL file, just a minute. So this is how you can actually import a data. So like I have Northwind, I have the Superstore. Okay. Now once you have the data, or once you have the database, now let's study some basic SQL commands. Before that, let's say our data server is running using AMPs, like our MySQL is running using AMPs. You can also install MySQL Workbench. So this is MySQL Workbench interface, and here you can see you have option to create a MySQL connection. So in MySQL connection, you will click on this plus sign. Okay, so this is MySQL Workbench. So in MySQL Workbench, how will you get it? So all you have to do is just Google MySQL workbench download. What is MySQL workbench? Like we are doing these operations using PHP MyAdmin, right? We are doing these operations using PHP MyAdmins. Suppose I have to find some customers from London. So I will write select star from customers where city is equal to London. I will teach these queries, don't worry. But whatever I am doing, whatever queries I am writing, I am doing it through PHP MyAdmin using a browser. MySQL Workbench is a tool that can help us in doing the same activities, but with the help of a software that will be installed in our computer. Okay, so that's why it is very useful tool, and it is a database administration tool that is used in companies. So you can simply download the application. This is also your task for today, and you can download the installer. Remember, this will not install MySQL, but remember, we have to only install MySQL Workbench. Okay, so what we are downloading is MySQL Workbench 8.0.42. In my case, it may be some other version, I don't know, but you can install the latest version. So after downloading MySQL Workbench, you will install it, and when you will open it, it will ask you to create a connection. When we will click here, so it will ask you connection name. So let's say I am giving connection name as AMPS server Northwind DB. This is a name, you can give any name. And now it is asking you what is the host name. Remember, later I am going to also teach you how to host or how to connect a live database. Okay, because I have many applications running. So later I am also going to teach you how to connect a live database. In case of a live database, remember, the IP address will not be like this. Let me show you an example. Like this is a live database, and in this database you can see the IP address is sql.freedb.tech. Okay, so and you can see it is connected. So you have to understand that it will not always be a live, it will not always be 127.0.0.1. Okay, it will be some data, it will be IP address like this also. So this you have to understand. Here you can see here we have IP address and port. So that's what you can see. So NW local, I am now writing NW local AMS, and here host name is going to be this. Default port is 3306, but sometimes your hosting provider will also tell you a different port, so that you have to enter. Okay, so every database or every server has a IP address and a port. Then what is your username? When we install it through AMPS, username is root. It is asking default schema, like the schema to use as default. So for example, when we will connect, this is our database name. So our database name is Northwind. Okay, so I will just copy this name and I will use it as default schema. And password, I will write password is MySQL. So service will be MySQL at your IP address colon port. Okay. Now whether we use Power BI, whether we use Tableau or Python, whatever programming language or tool we use to connect, anytime when you have to connect a SQL database, four things will be needed. HUPD. can remember. HUPD. I will tell what they are. Host, H for host, U for user, P for password of that user. Like on this server, I can create 3 accounts. I can create one for Shubham, one for Shadat, one for Mohan, right? You are connected. So when I will create these accounts, you guys will have your own username and password. That way I will know who is running commands. I will have those kind of logs with me, right? I will tell that later. And this is database. So host, user, password and database. That's what we have provided. We can test connection. Successfully made the MySQL connection. Now we can click OK. New local amps is now connected. We can double click and now you can see my entire database set is loaded, and by default the Northwind database is selected. Can you see this? It is highlighted, but my other databases are also visible because I have connected to a server, not only a database. Any questions right now? You guys have any confusion? I know there will be some questions. Mohan, Shubham, anything?
सर मेरा इशू यही है, वर्क बेंच मैं डाउनलोड नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, बस वही इशू है.
Okay, you are not able to download Workbench.
यस,
Okay.
मुझे एक्सेस रिक्वेस्ट डालना.
Okay, yeah, you have your protected computer from company, right?
यस
Yeah.
यस.
And Mohan, what about you?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. I will also upload this video so you can just try the process. So the thing is, now database is connected. You can expand the tables. You will see the same thing. Okay. And this is our query window. Query window is to run SQL query. Okay. Today let's learn the first basic select query to read data of a table. Like we want to read data of a table, and query is select star from table, whatever table it is. So select star from table. This is the select star from table name. So this is the command. Now to read this data, what we can write, select star from, let's say select star from categories. So table name is categories, and then you will select this and hit this icon, this execute, and you can now see it has returned this data. Select star from categories. If I will write select star from customers and select this and hit icon, it will select this, right? So now I just wanted to tell you that this is doing the same thing. We have a different type of interface, but this is almost the same thing. So I will close this and keep continuing there. So now let's go to customers table, and here you will see by default select star. What does star mean? Star means all the columns. Okay. So in customers table we can see there are many columns like company name, contact title, address, city, region, postal code, etc. And we are selecting all of them. Let's say second command is, what if we want to select only 2 columns? So I am writing these queries here and I will provide it to you for practice. So select First command is select star from table. So select star from customers. This is first command. Second command will be select contact name, comma city from customer. So what we are doing here is select two columns, and you can write two or more columns. Like if you are not writing a star, so you have to write the name of columns. So when you will do that, it's like select contact name, comma city from customers, and only those two columns will be returned. So this is our basic command, like select one column or select two columns, okay, or three. Let's say select contact name, postal code, comma city from customers. So here hit go. Now you will see three. So these are basic commands that you have to practice today. Okay. Now next thing is what we are doing right now. We are not filtering data. Okay. And before that, right now when we are finding any data, it is giving us in the order of customer ID. What if we want to order data? So now we are going to study about ordering of data, that is used for sorting of data. Okay, ordering the data or sorting the data. So select this from customers. So it's like select from customers. We can write it in different lines to make it easier to run and analyze. And we will write order by contact name. So order by contact name. So here we will write this, and you can see now it is ordered by contact name. Okay. So when it is ordered by contact name, you can see it is ordered in the ascending order. So by default, I am writing it here also. By default, order by will order the data in ascending order. Now what can we do to make sure that it is in ascending order? We can write order by contact name ASC. This is ascending order. Okay. So let's write that as well. ASC. So ascending order. And what can we do to write it in descending order? DESC. Descending order is DESC. So in descending order, Z etc. will come here, right? So this will be sorted by descending order of alphabets. So Z, Y, V, etc. So this is ordering. So you have to try this. And before we proceed further, you will see I'm writing some comments here. So first of all, we can save any notepad file. So I am just using a regular notepad plus. You can use any notepad. So we can save this file as SQL. So I am writing as SQL select day1.sql. So you can see using notepad when I save the file as SQL, it has automatically given some colors to SQL commands, and now this is in green color. So when you have to write a comment in SQL query, so you will write two hyphens. This is a comment. A comment is not executed. Okay. Suppose I write a query like this: ordering of data, sorting of data. So here I have copied a comment as well as a query. So when I will run this, the comment part will not be executed. Okay. What is comment? Why do we write that? Suppose it is just to explain people what we are doing here. So we are ordering data. Okay. So we will write order by ASC. So this is just a way of telling people what this query is going to do, and that's why SQL will not ignore that. SQL will ignore the first line and run only the second line. Next thing is, after every SQL query, you have to write a delimiter. Okay, this is a good practice. So you can see we have written a delimiter. A delimiter tells that this query starts here and ends here. Like here you can see two delimiters, start here, end here. So you have to write that delimiter also. Okay, these are the two important things. So now we have you know we have assigned, or we have applied order by on alphabetical values. We can also apply them on numerical values. So let's say we want to arrange products in the order of their unit price, like arrange the higher priced products on top and lower priced products on bottom. So you will write select star from products, order by, and select this column unit price DESC. So in order by clause, you will write we want to order by which column. So you will write unit price, and how we will write descending. So this will arrange it in a descending way. So now you can see product Cote de Blaye, or however it is pronounced. This is the highest price product. Then Thuringer, Rosebud, whatever, it is second highest, and so on. And
Hi, sir. Uh, Sorry, sir.
yeah,
I need to leave the.
so now you can see we have this order. So if, and similarly, if you want to run two queries, let's say I want to run two queries. So select star from products, order by, unit price, ascending. I'm just writing this. So here it has executed first query. Here it has executed the second query. So you can see them. So this is what we can do. And next thing is, we also have a dedicated tutorial. So here, like first we studied what is MySQL. Then our chapter that we are doing right now is MySQL select statement. So this select statement is used to retrieve data from one or more table in a database. So we are using Northwind database, and here is the basic syntax. So that's what we have done, like select star from customers, select company name, country. So whatever commands I am using today, I will give these commands also, but you can do revision from here also. I will provide this link. Like here we have done the order ID, sorting. Tomorrow we will continue with limiting, filtering, etc. And for filtering, we will spend most of our time using the where clause. So everything that we will learn, whether it's an aggregate function, whether it's grouping results, will be here. But we will do one by one, like where clause, logical operations, cross join, self join. So we will study in the same sequence. So till then, you have a lot of stuff to do, like you have to import the database, you have to install MySQL Workbench, and you have to run these basic queries that I have just given to you. You also have to understand the whole ER diagram of this database, so that when I will give you those 50 questions, you will be doing that. So we'll connect in tomorrow's class and continue with that.
Sir, and also, do you have